You guys ready to watch this cool video? I don't know. It's a story recap, apparently. The journey so far. Let's go. Tell me about Vlox. Remind me how cool and sexy Vlox is. Spoilers for the Visions of Eternity story. As we briefly heard, I think, Bog's voice say in the video. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So, yes, legit spoiler warning. Legit spoiler warning. This is a recap of the Visions of Eternity story so far. So, big spoilers. Another character to ship with the commander. Is there Vlox fan fiction yet? I need to know. Damn it, Fog. You got caught, Fog. What's up, Fog? How you doing? Caught. All right, ready? Oh, wait, let's see. Probably about that volume or so. Okay. Here we go.
A quick spoiler warning before we begin. This is a full recap of the first two acts of Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity. With that in mind, let's jump in.
Yay! Hi, Bog.
Castora, huh? I've heard the name. A seafarer's fable.
At the launch of Visions of Eternity, the commander was thrown into a
cool
story
one.
filled with mystery and intrigue. After discovering that the Inquests were moving on a mysterious island, we learned that something bigger must be at play. On behalf of the Tyrian Alliance, we set sail with a familiar crew of allies. Ritlock Brimstone.
Yeah!
He's one of the commander's oldest friends. He's restless, eager to get back into the action. Saida the Sly, who has recently taken a peculiar new post on the Captain's Council. Then there's
I love all
Kanan,
these shots.
always looking for a new venture. And Discarin, the fractious leader of the Wizard's Court.
The old man.
This Castora is a dangerous place, from what I've heard.
From what I've heard.
After
Shut
a
up,
treacherous
Discarin.
journey, we finally reached the shores of the fabled island of Castora. We're greeted by the Hull Gardeners, survivors of ships that have crashed here over time, trapped, unable to
duck.
leave for generations. After proving ourselves to the locals, we finally catch our first glimpse of the Inquest.
I doubt he wants you dealing with this personally, Seb.
Fearful of getting dirt under your claws, Kuda.
These are
Overseer
great
Kuda,
shots.
daughter of the former Inquest leader, and the villainous principal biomancer Seb are clearly at odds with each other, but who is in charge? The commander follows their trail, eager to find out the Inquest's motives and discover who is pulling the strings. But there were some other gigantic threats as well. After learning that Castora had some relation to the Seers, we sought Discarin for answers, but were unable to find or even contact him. With no signs of the ailing wizard, we headed further inland in pursuit of the Inquest, where things took a surprising turn. We eventually come face to face with Director Vlox, the newly elevated Inquest leader, and he's not at all what we expected.
It is an incalculable delight to finally meet you, Commander. I want you to help me save our world.
I miss
Although
you, Vlox.
Vlox keeps his goals close to his chest, one thing is clear. He's on a mission of his own. He has a clear distrust of Tyrian leadership and encourages us to be wary of our allies. After all, Vlox reveals that the Arcane Council approved the Inquest's voyage. Our meeting with Vlox introduces more questions.
That's crazy.
What does he want from this place? What is he using the Inquest for? Desperate for answers, we finally reach the one person that might know something.
You knew this is what they were after this whole time. We've been fumbling in the dark while you kept this to yourself.
Discarin reveals that Vlox was seeking an ancient seer artifact called Ancora, a relic that, if wielded correctly, will allow him to perform the rite of Davidium Nava,
Ooh.
granting him power equal to Iscarin himself. This is what Vlox was after, whether the Inquest were in on the plan or not. The team raced against time, and just when we thought we were successful in locating Ancora before Vlox,
You don't see the necessity of my path yet. But you will, Commander.
These cutscenes were so
handle
badass.
it. Get out of here.
Take your time.
after a fierce battle with Principal Biomancer Seb, ending in his gruesome demise, Kuda and Vlox were gone, and they took Ancora with them.
He
And we
is
let
a
the
very
raptors
real
go.
threat to us. and all of our people. Now we must stop him before his aspirations turn it all to ash.
Now, Phlox is journeying deep into Castora's jungles to seek out the ancient ritual grounds, willing to do whatever it takes to see his vision for a better Tyria realized.
Look at you,
don't
little
have
moth
to
friends.
do this, Phlox.
I do, Commander. Someone must. And no one else will.
But he's not gonna tell you what. I love that artwork. Ooh, yeah. The story continues on May 12th. Is this actually gonna loop?
A quick spoiler warning
It
before
is,
we
okay.
begin.
YouTube sometimes doesn't do that. Woo! That was so good. Ooh, great narration, Bog. God, some of those shots were so good. Like brand new, all of this. Like all these perspectives on the characters. That's what I want for the actual story. Is like these close-ups of the characters, like while they're talking. Like I love the in-universe like way we talk with the speech bubbles. Like I love that, but like getting close and personal with the characters like would be absolutely incredible. I think it would help our connection with them. Because like this seeing all of these kinds of shots are absolutely amazing. Because the characters are beautiful, right? Oh, that was so good. Shout out to our video editors. They're amazing. They did so good. Your narration was awesome. Yay, May 12th hype. It's like less than 2 weeks, you guys. It's like less than 2 weeks. Oh my God. That was so good. That was so good. Oh, that's perfect too. Especially because it's been 6 months, right? We didn't get in the last quarterly release, the first quarterly release after launch. We didn't get any new story. And they've said that these last two, the quarter 2 and quarter 3 releases, will have they'll have like a bigger chunks of story that instead of like, just like tiny little pieces. Like it kind of felt a little like that's it in Janthier and Soto. And so they've kind of said that there will be like much bigger chunks of story, more substantial in the next 2 updates. So finally, so we had to give the last one up, but we're gonna get more story in the next 2. So I'm so excited. Director Phlox's resting bitch face is really well done. Oh, he's so good. He's such a good character. I'm so excited to see him again. He was designed really well. He's voiced really well. This cutscene with Seb in the game is so good. It's so good. It's such a cool little like intro to Seb. I love how he like cracks his knuckles like right before we fight him and he comes in. It's so good. It was so well done. Yes. That was fantastic. I'm so glad that we get this this recap of what's going on. It's perfect. It's perfect. And Isgarin still not telling us anything. Isgarin not just, oh, I've heard. It's bringing back all of my Isgarin my Isgarin grumbling. This old man who's like, "Oh, I hear that Castora is a dangerous place." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been here." We're like, "I thought you had never been here." And he's like, "Oh no, I was actually banished from here." We're like, "Okay, now you're just like lying to us." Like this isn't like, "Oh, I can't tell you things because I am, things and your little mortal brain can't handle the truth." Now he's just lying. Isgarn has no haters. I don't hate Isgarn. No, not at all. I love him. And I'm always excited to see him, but he's one of those characters I like making fun of. I like making fun of it. That is the coolest graphic. That is so cool. That is so cool. He wants to feel important. Isgarn wants to feel important. Something like this tease recap is, Ardok says, or my eyes. God, my eyes. Dekrill says, oh, is this I don't know if Bog's allowed to say, but yeah, it's whoever it's a team. Everything you see is like a team of people working together to make these things happen. And it's cool. It's cool that Bog got to narrate it at the, and be involved in it. That's so cool. Love it. Love it. Is Garmin's the definition of the been there, done that title? Yeah. He's tired of he's like, you mortals. Well, because he's the last seer, right? That's why he's bringing people into the wizard's court. Is uh he's lonely. He's lonely and he wants friends. Listen. He had to divorce Maban, then he had to divorce Eparch. Listen, he can't listen. He can't hold down a husband. He's lonely. He's a very lonely guy. All his friends keep dying, but you know what? It's all his fault. It's all his fault. Both situations was his fault. So I don't want to hear it, Asgard. These shots are so cool. Fog says this was my idea and I had to make it happen, but a ton of people on the team had to work on it to make it happen. This is fantastic. I mean, as a story person, this is incredible. This is incredible. I love it so much. Like, because it's like I said, especially because we've had a little bit longer time since the story, and we're in this, and it's going to be we're directly continuing the story in the next update. This is fantastic, and as a recap of what's going on, as well as I think getting new, not new players, but well, maybe new players. Maybe someone wasn't sure if they wanted to buy Visions of Eternity, and maybe like, the story isn't like, their favorite thing, but maybe maybe they didn't buy Visions of Eternity, but they'll watch this video because they don't care about spoilers, or they're just like, yeah, just give me the 4-minute recap, right? And maybe they'll be like, oh my God, look at this, right? Like this, oh wow, this is what we're doing in Guild Wars, this is cool. And then they like get the expansion, right? So like, rather than just seeing a trailer, that kind of like trickle hints at things, you have an in-depth recap that has a proper spoiler warning at the beginning. So you are warned that we're about to spoil the story of Visions of Eternity. I think it could incentivize a lot of people to get back in it. They, maybe Canuck is their favorite character in the game, and they're like, oh, wait, Canuck is in this, or wait, Ritlock's back, right? And that will, entice them back to the game. You never know. There's all kinds of situations out there. That's why I thought it would be a good idea. Some people haven't played this since October, early November. Exactly. Yeah. I'm someone who I really only play the story through. I tend to only play it through once anymore. Though, like we were saying earlier, because I video edit, I kind of go through the story like 5 times because of my edit and all of that. So I get myself like very reacquainted and over acquainted with the story just through the video editing process. So it's like I've played it a bunch of times. But and then I get to hear my own commentary on it. So that's always fun. But yeah, but it has been 6 months. So I think this is awesome. I think this was a very, very cool and worthwhile thing to do. Look at those guys. I love them. Josephel! What's up, Josephel? How you doing? DeKrill says, I think Bog is doing a fine job and he needs a raise and stuff, for the record. Put it on the record, DeKrill. Thank you. It was his fault, Ren. Ambrosia says, I so love the recap. Very helpful to remember where it left off. A lot has happened. A lot has happened since October, November, like holidays, a whole new year, birthdays, whatever, personal life, let alone things happening in the game, different festivals, real life, a lot has happened, exactly in 6 months. So, this, and for someone like me, like, gets me excited. It gets me excited for the story again, right? Because like, that's my main draw for the updates is more story. So, this kind of and this new perspective on it too. Like I said, like these shots are incredible, and like getting to see this new perspective on these characters and, edited like this, put through like, all this cinematography that in the game, while like that whole dock scene, we're just standing there and yeah, we can go and look at whoever we want to look at as, while we're playing, but that's not a cutscene. That's all like, just in the world, and we ourselves like, so I think most people just kind of stand there and listen to everybody talk, but having like that, like these shots are my favorite. These are so cool because we're like, they're having this conversation. This again is happening in world, and we're like, we had just walked in, like in world, like we walked in there, and we're not even like supposed to be there, aren't we? Like, are we hidden in a golem or something? But like, we're not like, walking in front of them. Like, I guess you could technically, but like when I played it, I felt like I was like not supposed to be there, and I'm sneaking around. So I'm like way back, and they're having this conversation, like walking away from me. So like to get to see like this perspective on this conversation for the characters is incredible to me. I feel like this is how you're supposed to experience it. Like I wish this was like some kind of like, just in engine cutscene that had this camera work. Other MMOs do their story very often like this. And I love it. And I love that they do it like that. And so to get to see this perspective of the character, these big characters is really cool. Like I really makes me connect with the characters more because like we never got a close up like this. Kudo wasn't in a cutscene in the core Visions of Eternity. So we never got to really see a close up like this of Kuda, unless we, like I said, we took our commander and we first person viewed and we got up in her face while she was in the scene and not attacking us. That would be the only way we ever got to see this character model and what her face looks like, right? Unless it's just like a screenshot of her from the wiki. Like we never get to see this in the game. So to get this perspective in a video like this, it's the perfect way to do a recap, in my opinion. It's really, really good. Canucks taxes are a nightmare. I was thinking about that the other day because I'm again trying to, well, I'm also working on the highlights of the second half of my Visions of Eternity playthrough. So I was going back through the story and I was thinking about like what is the role of like Canucks here. Saida's here. They both brought ships. That was how we got here, right? What has Ritlock done so far besides just Krisha said Ritlock's bored, take him with you, please? He's sitting on the couch eating Cheetos and playing video games. Like, please get him out of the house. Like, what has Ritlock done in this? Like, I hope Ritlock has a role. Like, I love that he's here. I love that he's with us. He can just hang out and have a one-liner every now and then. That's fine. I'm glad he's here. But like, I want there to be a narrative purpose that we brought him. Something that happens in the narrative because he's here. I don't want it to not matter that he's here, right? Like I want there to be something that happens as a result that would have happened different if Ritlock wasn't here, right? Like I think we have yet to see the reason Ritlock is here. Like I said, he's been with us, he fought with us, which is fine. I get that, okay, he's just another fighter, but I want him to be like another fighter. I want him to actually like contribute to the narrative, right? And yeah, he's given us his opinions on stuff, but it hasn't been anything like mind-blowing. Like he said stuff and I'm like, yeah, I know Ritlock. Ritlock affirming what we kind of already figured. But I want him to like do something. I want him to like, jump on Vlox and tackle him and stop him from leaving or something, like I want him to do something significant before this is over. That's my hope. That's my hope for Ritlock. Faya says, I love that we got this recap. It helps hype without spoiling anything. Yeah, and I'm sure there will be like a trailer, but the trailers don't usually like show too much. ArenaNet's trailers aren't spoilery like some other game studios. But yeah, this is, this is perfect. This is the perfect. It gets you hyped by telling you what you already know, but like I said, with like some new visuals, some new perspectives. It's fantastic. Ritlock does have some fairly serious fallout recovery from ice brewed coffee saga. What? No, ice brewed coffee. Oh my gosh. He's babysitting us. We're babysitting him. He's like, Krisha said I should come with you. Ah. Maybe Canuck keeps making new ventures precisely to avoid paying taxes. He probably would. He would. One thing I got confused on, I remember at the very beginning when we got here, Canuck was like he used a bunch of his money obviously to buy that ship, but like I don't know if we like, well, that couldn't have been his entire fortune because then he bought the bar there, right? Like he's always got to have like a business going, and I love that for him. I think he was just sad that he lost the what was it, the Nightingale? Was that his ship? Morning Gale, something like that. He was sad that he just bought this brand new shiny ship, and then it got destroyed on the way to Castora. But then he was acting on the beach. I thought he was acting like, oh, now he's poor, when obviously not, because he bought the bar. Or maybe he had just like lost his coin purse, and then we found his coin purse for him. And then he bought the bar. Ritlock in his vagabond era. Yeah, he doesn't like, not every character always has to have like this epic story. I just want, if he came with us, I want him to contribute to the story in some way besides having a, telling us what we already know, or having a one-liner, like, because like I said, Saida literally got us here. Canuck also literally got us here by their ships. So like we wouldn't be here without Saida and Canuck. Or as many people, like, because we had 2 ships full of people. So Canuck and Saida already have done their purpose. That the story would not be without them. Isgarin, obviously, we also wouldn't be here without him. So I'm waiting for the like, how is the story? How is the story what it is because of Ritlock? Like I said, I want him to do something significant where I'm like, that's why Ritlock came. Exactly. What did he buy the bar with? Yeah. So I guess he did find enough money. He scrounged up enough money from the wreckage of his ship to buy the bar. Well, he's a negotiator too, right? He's a negotiator. So he he negotiated a good price. Plus it's he probably didn't need that much because it's just like an island of castaways, right? So it probably wasn't like that much that, they probably weren't like, oh, we have a lot of buyers, you're gonna have to really make a high bid. Like they were like, oh, money, you and you want to run this place, go for it. He complains about being poor so he can hide his money in the Caymans. If Ritlock doesn't directly contribute to the narrative, I want him to then have character growth. Yes, something. I don't want, yes, character growth. We love character growth. Exactly. Yes, something. That's why I keep wanting, like, before VoE even came out, when the first trailer where we learned that Ritlock was coming, I was like, I just want Ritlock and Isgarin to like have old man squabbles, like, because they're both old tired men, right? And I want them to like have grandpa squabbles. Like like there hasn't been enough like grumbling between, like they like Isgarin grumbles all the time, but like I want the 2 of them to like grumble at each other, or whether it's against each other or like commiserating with each other in their old manness. Like I want them to connect. I want yeah. I want Ritlock's character growth to come from hanging out with Isgarin. Right, is when Canuck gets back home, he's still like a billionaire. He's got the casino, he's got he's got multiple casinos. He's got the place in the place next to Arborstone. Does he own the place in the Oasis in Path of Fire? Or is that just where he got his start? I forget. No, he was betting there. Did he end up buying that place? I forget. What was his first venture? Didn't they turn like an airship into like a club for a minute in End of Dragons, like for like a quick second, and then he had enough to buy the casino. Wait, was that also in End of Dragons? I don't know. His turnaround has been really fast. Really fast. He also showed up in to Marjorie and Casimir's um proposal, and he isn't that where we first saw him with the suit, or was that in the airship in End of Dragons? Hi, Talus. I hope you had so much fun at Disneyland. Yeah, I can't even like Canuck turns businesses around so fast. I can't even like keep track. He's got that business sense. So I think it's like so beyond perfect that he bought the bar on Castora, because like that's his, like he's gonna literally have like his little hand in businesses everywhere, like and like that's become his character, which is so great because that is character growth and that is character evolution, and he's not just the same character he's always been, right? Like he has become this business mogul, and like that is his character now, right? And which is very not what he used to be. And I love that. I love that so much, and it's so cool to see like this fun quirk that this character has, and that it continues to get to develop, and fun things keep coming from it, right? I love it. He had the suit in the airship. I think you're right. The airship was so brief in End of Dragons. And then was it like post End of Dragons that he got the casino? Cuz like it was like the same expansion. What, right? Like he went from that airship to the casino in like very quickly. La dog. Hola, how you doing? Talus, thank you for the 95 stream streak. Is that a trailer I can't watch right now? Oh no. Oh, and it's not a new trailer, it's a recap. It's a recap of sun on your screen. Talus is, are you outside living large? Are you still at Disneyland? The sun saved you. No, this isn't anything new. This is a recap. There's new footage. There's new perspectives of like scenes from, I guess this is new. Like I don't think that was that in VoE. But yeah, this is a recap. Bog narrated a recap and helped put together and orchestrated a recap of the VoE story so far. And it's amazing. 14 on Switch too. That is really cool. I'm always glad when a game comes to a new system, just so more people have access to it. Those people who have Switch 2s. Did you hear Guild Wars 1 is coming to mobile this summer? Guild Wars Reforged coming to mobile this summer. How cool. The Prophecies campaign, the first campaign, is going to be free to play. Yeah, they just announced that yesterday. Yesterday was the 21st anniversary of Guild Wars 1, which is now rebranded as Guild Wars Reforged. And it comes to mobile this summer. The monsters are cute. The raptors, that kills me in VoE. The raptors kill me. I feel so sorry for like remember I kept saying like, hey, ArenaNet, you know, like hurt me with your story, make me feel emotions, right? Well, they did that with the animals, because in VoE, both the Seers and the Inquest just came and like took over and are using these animals and changing them and doing really awful things to them for their own purposes. um So they did it. It tugged at my heartstrings. Like I cry every time I see these raptors. Like my heart breaks because Seb literally amputated their arms and their tails. Like that's not just armor they're wearing. Seb amputated their arms and their tails and turned them into machines. And like is mind controlling them. Like it's horrifying when you like dig into it, and it hurts, and it hurts so good. That's why at the end here it's so satisfying when you get to let them go. Yep. Well, I've heard so many people say, is the mobile thing an April 1st joke? Go look at the trailer, Fog. You can see how like they're working on the interface. It's not final. The shots we see in the trailer. Loranity actually interviewed one of the devs who is working on the mobile version of Guild Wars Reforged, and it had some really great info. I only caught a small part of it, but he talks about how they're adapting it for mobile. The game is already adapted for Steam Deck, so it's just, I figure it's kind of an extension of that, and there are other games that work surprisingly well on mobile, and I think that Guild Wars 1 will be extremely easy to play on mobile. Exactly, Keeper. No, I don't have a Switch 2. Not yet. There has to be, for me to get it, I'm not someone who buys a new console just because it's a new console. I wait for a game that I can only play on that new console and that I must play. And then I'll get the console. I don't buy them just to buy them. Like Twilight Princess. Ugh, that would be awful. That would be awful. Yeah, exactly. Like the Raptors didn't opt in for this, and the Seers did actually even worse things uh to a bunch of the local wildlife. Like if you play the meta and the story with the meta, like the Seers did even worse. So no one's innocent. No one's innocent. The poor creatures of Tyria. I know. Twilight Princess, it's on the list. It's on the list. Don't know why it's not on Switch yet. Burn them all. I know. These poor creatures. I'm so sad. So sad. Oh, Faya said I would die of happiness if Guild Wars 2 came to Switch 2. That would be wild. Nice, Lead Dog. See, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. It's gonna have to take some game that I need comes out, especially on like the Switch 2, because I already have a Switch. Um, and then like, the PlayStations, it's just like, an upgrade. But like PlayStation's a little different because that's probably where I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts. And like if PS5 is, well, at this point, if the PS6 is out but it also comes out on the PS5, I'll probably still buy a 6 because I got to play it in like the highest quality possible, right? Which would actually probably be on PC, maybe not my PC at this point, but I would buy an upgraded console for a better experience for like, my favorite of favorite games. But other than that, like if they came out with like the next like actual Zelda game, like, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom style Zelda, and it was only on Switch 2, I'd be very tempted. I'd be very tempted to pick up a Switch 2 for that. But like what is it? The next Hyrule Warriors Zelda game is coming out, and I think that's a Switch 2 exclusive. Like I'm not interested in that. But like, the main Zelda games, like I probably would. Also depends on how many other games we've got right now, which is a lot. Too many games. Oh, the tier list. Thank you, Red. Thank you. Oh, and I had also paused alerts. There were no alerts. Yeah. Let's do the, let me turn that on. Yeah, this was so cool. This was so cool.
Fumbling in the dark while you
Love
kept
it.
this to yourself.